our theme for July, if you were not on our email list, and I'll get back to a little bit more about the email in a minute, but you notice that our theme for July is redefining forgiveness. And not forgiveness, failure, redefining failure. And so I want to talk about that today. And I'm actually I'm taking a class this summer. We were actually just talking about this yesterday, and I have talked about this previously on here about what failure means to you. And just like so many things, just like success, okay, success means so many different things to each person. So does failure. Failure means a lot of different things to everybody. So we first got to get clear on what failure means to you. Okay, so if you cannot verbalize that, or maybe you've never thought about it, I never thought about that until I started coaching. The class I'm taking, she's a coach as well, so we literally call her coach. And coach was talking yesterday about, are we the person that sort of we push through that failure, or we retract and we step back from that failure? And I've always been one to push through. Sorry, Jethrina's down here, and I caught her out of my eye, and it startled me. I'm a push through. I'm an only child. I was very independent. I was allowed to be independent. My grandmother, who I was very close to, she lived on a farm, and so I had a lot of independence and freedom on the farm. And so I just pushed through. So if something didn't go right, I just pushed through. But there are some people who were brought up in a situation where if a failure was one of those things, then they would step back. They would want to smooth it out. They wouldn't want to address it, especially if it had to do with the parent and child dynamic. And so, and that never occurred, honestly, it never occurred to me, because in my world, if there was a failure, that just means that something could have been done differently, and we got to figure that out. I'm a fixer, I'm a planner and organizer. And so I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to fix it? So one of the things that we need to start this month off with is, what is your personal definition of failure? And it may be different depending on what situation you're in, right? It may be different with your significant other versus your kids versus the people that you go to church with versus a work assignment or something like that. So it's different. But I think we do need to define what that is for us. So that's step number one. And step number two is acknowledge, are we that person that pushes through it to figure it out and to move forward? Or are we that person that sort of sits back and tries to not make it known? And I'm not saying I go around going, hey, I failed at XYZ, but do you sort of try to smooth it out and really sort of step back from it? And not necessarily not taking responsibility, that's not what I mean, but just sort of standing back away from it. So those are the two things that I want you to think about this week as you go through the week, as we start this topic of redefining failure. And we're going to talk about this month about, and I love this. This came from one of the ladies in my Thursday night group, Embracing Me, is talking about failing forward. If we don't do it, we're not doing the thing. And if you're trying, even if you're failing forward. You're learning what doesn't work. So we'll get into that a little bit too. But what I'd like to do today is, if you're in a place where you can close your eyes or sort of zone out whatever is going on around you, I invite you to close your eyes we're just going to do a quick little guided meditation, not very long at all. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And if that felt good, do that again. Inhale in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And sometimes that's what we need, to sit and just breathe for a couple of seconds to get grounded, get focused. And I don't know about you, but the world seems heavy right now to me, and as an empath and somebody who takes on a lot of other people's emotions and feelings. So I'm having to breathe a lot lately. So I want you to think, sense, and feel into something that you felt like was a failure according to your definition. Whatever that is, big or small. And I want you to the first step is to see, sort of do a little body scan and see if it sort of lands anywhere in your body. I have noticed that my failure, or what would be considered under my personal definition of failure, it is in my jaw. And yes, I do have TMJ, and so that makes perfect sense that that's where it lands for me. But it could be any place in your body. Where does that failure sort of sit and resonate in your body? And it's okay if you don't feel it anywhere. I don't want anybody to feel like you're doing things wrong when I come on here and ask you to do things. If you don't feel it, that's okay. No problem. And the second question I want you to feel into is, what emotions come up when you think of that failure? Is it sadness, anger, frustration, overwhelm? There's tons and tons of possibilities. So that's two important things. One, noticing that you're still holding on to it, where you're holding on to it, and what the emotions are attached around it. I want you to take a deep breath in and exhale. And the next time you do that, I want you to imagine you sort of taking those emotions that are landed wherever they are in your body, if they did, and you're going to gather those up with your inhale. And with that exhale, I want you to blow them out really hard and try to release some of that. So here we go. Inhale, ball them up, and exhale. And if that felt good, you can do that again. Letting go of some of that, whatever those emotions are. Letting go of what you're holding on to so it doesn't cause issues in your body. As you know, I'm a firm believer that if we do not address those emotions and they sort of stick around in your body, they're going to cause physical problems somewhere. And let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. And again, if you are where you can, and if not, I want you to visualize this. Just place one palm on your heart space. And I want you to think to yourself, I am enough. I am worthy. Failure is part of life. And I'm ready to release and let go of some of the emotions around this failure. Because I am deserving of happiness, of grace, and of joy. take another deep breath in. And exhale. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I hope that was helpful, just to acknowledge where some of those things are maybe resonating and hung up in your body, and also the ability to maybe let some of that go and to start the process of healing around that. Okay? Let me know in the comments how that was, how you feel, what if anything come to you during our short little meditation here. As you know, I love these little angel cards that have one word on them. And again, this week we got 2 words, and I love this. The first one was openness. And what immediately came to me was being open to releasing some of the emotions that are around failure, that being open to maybe healing in general to move forward. So openness. And the other one, cannot make this up, transformation. Transformation. And we have talked about in our Thursday night class that what is revealed is ready to be healed. So if something came up for you around this, it's ready to be healed. It's ready to be healed. Teresa says, very relaxing. Thank you. Denise says, hello, very helpful. I've been doing a lot of deep breathing. This helps to recognize that I've been feeling that I'm a failure, as I can't help my sister get out of a place that she's in. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Denise. Isn't that, I get that. As fixers, as healers, as we want to do it. We want to do it. And I know it's very frustrating. I totally get it. I totally get it. I'm sorry to hear that. And yes, breathing is very, very important there. As I mentioned before, our Thursday night group, these are the kinds of things that we talk about in Thursday night groups, and Thursday night group in Embracing Me. 7 o'clock Thursday nights. It's on Zoom. And we talk about, again, this month is redefining failure. But we talk about a lot of different things. And, we are a supportive community who you can start whenever you want to start. This is not one of those programs where, it's already July, they've had 6 months of classes or whatever. It's not like that. You can jump in at any time. You are welcome with open arms. If you do not feel comfortable turning on your camera, totally get that, totally respect that. And you can sit back and take a look at how everything is going. If you want to comment, whether it be over the mic or in the chat, type your comments. That's totally fine too. I just want you to heal. I want us as women, we tend to put us last. I swear sometimes it's how I'm determined that's how we're wired, even though I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. And so I want us to level up. I want us to heal. I want us to do the thing. I want us to feel good about ourselves, because it's a ripple effect. When we feel good, it affects those around us. And that could be anybody from our significant other and kids to the lady at the grocery store. It's a ripple effect. It's energetic ripple effect. And I hope you, if you're here and you're watching and this resonates with you, come join us. There's no long-term obligation. You can cancel anytime. And come join us over there on Thursday nights. Also, I mentioned our email list. If you're not on my email list, feel free to let me know or comment here, and I'll get you that link. If you did read my email this week, and if you noticed on here that I am hosting our second Women's Recharge Retreat in October. It is here in Kentucky, and like I said, this is our second year. We have meditation, yoga for all body abilities. We have sound healing, nature. We're going to do some crafts. We're going it's just a wonderful time to, I was talking to one of the gals that went last year, and we're like, we don't have any pictures because we weren't on our phones. Can you believe that? We weren't even, we have very few pictures. We have some, but we don't have very many, because we weren't on our phones, because we were just enjoying each other's company. We were enjoying what we were doing. And it's just the space that it's in. It's just one of those spaces where you just feel like it. My friend said it was anointed. I think it was anointed. It truly is. It's a beautiful space, and we have a great lodge with, the river behind us, and so it's great. So if you were interested in that, please, I will put the link on here afterwards, so you can take a look at that. I will say that spots people are registering, so I do have a cap on it. I want a cap on it because I want to make sure that you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved on by everybody. And so too many people, you can't do that. And so please, if you're interested, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM or put them on here, and I'll be happy to chat with you. All right, let's go back. Sorry about that, guys. Denise said, now I know what the feeling is beside anger, frustration, helplessness. This was so helpful. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Denise. Thank you for that feedback. Teresa said, it's a wonderful group. Come and join us. Yes, it is. It is a wonderful group. We do have fun while we're healing. We're doing the hard stuff and have fun. Denise says, we're nurturers. We are not wired to put us last. We were taught we were very much taught that way, trying to break free from those limiting beliefs that we were absolutely. There's a lot of expectations. There's a lot of things that we were wired to do. That's right. But it's hard though, because, in my mind, I'm like, so many of us feel like we put ourselves last, but we weren't made to put ourselves last, right? You cannot pour from an empty cup. We cannot. So we got to fill our own cup. And Teresa says, can't wait. And I know you're talking about retreat. I know. Teresa, who is on here, is doing our sound healing. It is a beautiful session, wonderful session last year. I know it's going to be a wonderful session this year with sound healing. If you've never experienced sound healing, get ready for it. Those that were there last year that had never experienced it absolutely loved it. And so I invite you again to come. Okay, so just to recap, remember this week, what is your definition of failure? And are you one of those that just push through, or you retreat? Which one? Okay. And feel free to go back and rewatch these, guys. If you are, not where you can go through the meditation right now, you can always go back and watch it, and I invite you to do that. Okay, everybody, I've talked too long already. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic rest of your Wednesday and week. And if you are celebrating the 4th of July this week, I hope you have a safe 4th of July. All right. See you, everybody.